everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen here in Charlottesville, Virginia. I'm Meredith Coe, and today I'm going to be going out with a bang this final dessert week. I can't believe it's almost over. Either way, it is warming up here in Charlottesville, Virginia already. We are not even into June, and it's about 85 degrees, probably 95 degrees in my kitchen with the oven on, and it's pretty warm. So I'm super excited to make this dessert because it's so light and refreshing and cool, and just, it beats the heat. I'm going to be using the Philadelphia regular cream cheese, and it's going to add this nice creamy, thicker texture to the cake and to the frosting that I'm going to be using. So to start, I'm going to be placing my 1 1/3 cups water into the mixer. And I've divided my cream cheese, and I'm going to be using half for the cake and half for the frosting. So I'm going to put 4 ounces, room temperature, right into the mixer. And I'm going to turn this on low to start because that water will kind of splash up and around. So I just want to kind of get them nice and mingled in there. And once it's kind of blended together, you can turn it up a little bit to medium. Just get it going. And once that's creamy and nice and blended somewhat, I'm going to add our yellow, 1 box of yellow cake mix. Just slowly add that right in. This is just going to be so fabulous to eat. And I'm going to lower that speed and add 3 eggs. And I'm also going to add 1/3 cup of vegetable oil right in there, making sure you get it all out of your cup. And you just want to blend that until you see that the egg is nice and combined in there, and the mixture is almost smooth, doesn't have a lot of lumps. I'm going to turn my mixer off and scrape down the sides, just making sure I have everything off the bottom of my mixing bowl. And I'm just going to turn that back on low, and I'm going to add a ½ cup of chopped date pieces. I'm also going to add a ½ cup of chopped pecans. Baby, those are good. That adds a nice texture to that cake. And I'm just going to blend it until it's pretty much all combined and the mixture looks fairly smooth without a lot of lumps. I'm going to pour my batter into a greased 9 by 13 baking pan, and we are then going to put that into a 375 degree oven preheated for 35 minutes. The cake has about 5 minutes left in the oven. It's baking up nice and moist. And while it was baking, I went ahead and sliced my 1 banana nice and thin. I also drained my ½ cup of maraschino halved cherries, and I drained a 20-ounce can of chunked pineapple and a 15-ounce can of mandarin oranges. Those are well drained. You just want to make sure everything is nice and drained so there's not too much moisture when you kind of mix this all together. That cake smells so good. It's out of the oven, and I've let it set on the oven for about 5 minutes just to cool. And I'm just going to take a knife and cut around the edges. I greased the pan pretty well, so it should be really easy to just pop this cake right out of its pan. What I'm going to do next is just take this cake and put a cutting board right over it. What you're going to do is just flip it upside down. This is going to be the tricky thing, but y'all can do it, I know. And just flip it like that, and just give it a little shakes and taps just to pop it right out of the pan so we can cut it up into cubes. Alright, so I'm just cubing up the cake here, and it's okay if it's kind of crumbly and falling apart. That is exactly what you want. You want this cake to kind of be the backbone of this delicious dessert. I'm just going to put that all into my bowl, a large bowl. To the cubed up bowl of cake, I'm going to add the banana slices, maraschino cherries, and the pineapple and mandarin oranges. You're probably thinking, what is this girl doing? trust me, it is the most delicious, refreshing dessert you'll have ever tasted. So just get in there with your hands and start mixing this cake all up. You want it all to be nice and blended, have all the oranges and pineapples and cherries kind of all well blended all the way to the bottom of the bowl. And what we're just gonna do next is just press it in firmly into the bowl. You don't want to press it too hard, but you want to kind of make a mold. We're just gonna get this nice and pressed in there firmly. And I'm gonna place this in my refrigerator for 15 minutes just to get it nice and cool before we unmold it and frost it. While I have my cake chilling up in the fridge, I'm gonna prepare the frosting that's gonna go over top. I have my 4 ounces of softened Philadelphia cream cheese, and I have a 1 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip here. Very simple, just put your cream cheese right into this mixer here. And I'm just gonna turn it on medium speed, just medium-high speed, just to get it nice and softened up. And that's pretty good. And once that's ready, I'm just gonna, it's easier just for me to turn my mixer off and add this right in. The Cool Whip right in there. So I have my Cool Whip all in there, and I'm gonna turn my mixer on high speed. You just wanna get that Philadelphia cream cheese and Cool Whip nice and smooth and well blended. And that looks pretty good. I'm just gonna turn my mixer off, scrape down the sides, and I'm gonna take my cake out of the fridge and frost it up. Okay, the cake is ready to unmold. This is what it should look like. Nice and cool, well molded, and here's another tricky part, but super fun, and don't be scared because it will work. I'm just gonna place a plate or serving platter right over the bowl. And you're just gonna flip this thing right over. And it should just come plop right down on the plate. All right, yay, it came out. That's always really exciting. You know, and if there are little bits left in the bowl or that fall out, just smash them right on. No one will know. We're gonna cover this baby right up. You're just gonna take that cream cheese and Cool Whip mixture and just kind of start piling it on. I just do a little bit at a time and just spread it evenly around the cake. All right, my last dollop of frosting. Just evenly putting this around. This is a great cake to make ahead of time if you're gonna be serving it the next day. Really easy to just prepare and stick in your fridge, pull it out when you're ready. Or you can just frost it up and eat it right away, whatever you prefer. So I'm just finishing putting on that 2 cups of shredded coconut on top of the cake. And that's gonna give it the nice snow on the mountain appearance. And I just am gonna cut into this so y'all can see what it's gonna look like. Just give you a show here. It is a very crumbly cake, so this is gonna feed about 6 to 8 people, but I would say 8 just because it is giant. So you can just see right in there all the fruit and yummy cake crumbles, just super moist. That Philadelphia cream cheese adds such a moist texture to that cake, and also on frosting, it's just super creamy. Let's just try it. It is very messy to prepare, but once you get it out on the table, your guests or your family is just gonna be super shocked once you cut into this cake. Thank you, Philadelphia cream cheese. You've made this super yummy. I hope y'all enjoy it. Have a great day.